What if you were able to create your own fantasy world? Sounds like a huge task, doesn't it? When I started writing Threads of Trial and Light, I didn't intend to create a whole world, but once I got going with Grace's story, I realised it would work to my advantage. I researched a lot, reading, making notes, finding out about the Fae, magic, portals and folklore. Then I decided, yes, that's all great, but I want it to be mine. So I kept some ideas, changed others, and began building Elyndra. Before I do anything, I ask questions. What landscape does it have? Mountains, rivers, forest? Does it have monsters? Well, yes, obviously, it has to have at least one monster. But it also needs places where people live. Cities, towns, villages, roads, markets, castles, places of safety, and places people avoid. In my world, Elyndra has 9 realms, each with its own capital. It is a Fae world, but you'll have to wait for my next video to find out more about the Fae. Elyndra is also full of magic, light magic, dark magic, and the struggle to keep the balance between them. The next thing I do is ask more questions. What is the most dangerous place? Why is it dangerous? Why are the mountains feared? Why is that forest somewhere no one wants to go? How is the edge of the world marked or shown? Why might travellers avoid a certain road or village? Why has a place disappeared from the maps? Unknown magical places often have hidden dangers. It might be monsters. It might be what happens there at night. It might be what happens on certain days. If you don't know and you don't find out, you could be in danger. Fantasy realms need rules, if only so those rules can be broken and chaos can follow. There might be a curfew. There might be only one entrance that can be used at night. Maybe magic is forbidden inside a city. Maybe no one is allowed to cross a certain bridge after sunset. But there should usually be one rule everyone knows they must obey. If it is broken, what happens? Imprisonment, banishment, death? Magic also needs rules. Where does it come from? Who can use it? Does it have limits? What happens if someone misuses it? In my books, magic requires balance. If that balance is lost, problems begin. Dark magic usually wants to take over. So how does your realm keep control? Is your world mostly light magic, linked with healing, protection and hope? Or is it shaped by darker magic, temptation, fear, corruption and power? Either way, magic is much more interesting, I think, when it has limits and consequences. It's also worth thinking about how your fantasy world is separated from our world. Is it through a fairy ring, a mountain pass, a strange cave, a portal, or an invisible veil? Borders matter. They stop dangerous things getting through, but they also make the world feel real. Some borders are obvious, like a mountain range. Some are inviting, like a glowing portal. Some look harmless, like a ring of mushrooms in the grass. But stepping across the wrong boundary by mistake can be costly. Then we have to think about what it's like to live there. Not just the kings and queens, monsters and battles, but ordinary life. Where do people buy food? How do they travel? Who keeps order? What are children warned not to do? What do people celebrate? What are they afraid of? A fantasy realm feels much more believable when it has everyday life as well as magic and danger. And finally, what does the realm take from you? because in fantasy there is nearly always a cost. The price might be money, but it might also be time, memories, youth, safety, freedom, or the life you left behind. If you use magic, what does it cost? If you stay too long, what do you lose? If the realm protects you, what does it expect in return? Fantasy realms can be greedy. They may offer adventure, friendship, belonging, and purpose, but they often want something back. When you've created your own fantasy realm, tell me what you made and what you called it. Send me a picture if you'd like to share it, and don't forget to subscribe for more workshops on fantasy and magic. Next time, the Fae, who they are, their promises and bargains, and why those can be so dangerous. Don't forget to subscribe.